When he was a young man, at the age of 16, George Washington, one of our nation's founding fathers and its very first president, the guy on the $1 bill, he was given the task of transcribing the rules of civility and decent behavior in company and conversation. These are pretty much a very odd set of rules that even predates President Washington, and they are a simple code of ethics that, when followed, can better a person. The 109th rule of civility: let your recreations be manful, not sinful. The 109th rule of civility is a form of self-monitoring, which is the process of paying close attention to one's own behavior. Being manful was a way of being mindful of one's own actions and ensuring that what is done is gainful behavior that contributes to bettering the self. Not sinful behavior which takes away from being to be a productive person. The 86th rule of civility: in disputes, be not so desirous to overcome as not to give liberty to each one to deliver his opinion and submit to the judgment of the major part, especially if they are judges of the dispute. The 86th rule relates to the communication principle. Communication will not solve all problems. Some things are written in stone, plain and simple. No form of communication will fix the problem or change the situation. Don't want to hear it. For instance, if you are pulled over by a cop for drinking and driving, the law dictates that he reads you your rights, and in most instances you will go to jail. No screaming, bargaining, or pleading should stop that from playing out without you going to jail. Drinking and driving. The 20th rule of civility: the gestures of the body must be suited to the disclosure you are upon. The 20th rule relates to the principle of communication is unrepeatable. In each situation we communicate in is different. The people are different, and each day those people and ourselves change through daily interactions. That requires us to carry ourselves in a certain and sometimes different manner, even if it is with the same person or another. For instance, yesterday I might have hung out with a friend and we had a laugh. Then he gets the news that his grandfather passes away. When I see my friend later, I wouldn't approach him in the same way as I did earlier. My gestures would change to show signs of concern and sorrow for his loss. The 73rd rule of civility: think before you speak, pronounce it not imperfectly, nor bring out your words too hastily, but orderly and distinctly. The 73rd rule of civility can actually relate to both a principle of communication and a misconception of communication. The principle of communication is irreversible, and the misconception that effective communication is not a natural ability. And the 73rd rule can also possibly count as a form of self-monitoring. It all relates to being aware of how we carry ourselves, giving some insight into how we sound and present ourselves to others. Like this guy, he might have said something wrong. Having the insight helps us better our appearance, presence, and ability to communicate. The better we communicate, the less our chances of saying things we regret and cannot take back, like the picture I just showed you. The 89th rule of civility: speak not evil of the absent, for it is unjust. The 89th rule of civility relates to the principle of communication is transactional. Essentially, it takes two to communicate. Gossip. Talking to someone behind their back is just plain rude. Yes, we all do it, but many of us make such a bad habit out of it until we are incapable of saying what we need to personally. Sometimes honesty is the best policy, and telling someone the truth the truth may prove beneficial to that own person's growth, and in the end it will also better our own strength of character. So with that, the rules of civility can be applied to almost all aspects of living. They are simple to follow, and regardless of the Old English, can be pretty easily understandable. Unlike myself sometimes. Joke, haha. Many of these rules are just old sayings that we've always heard, because honestly, just following a few of these rules would never hurt. They have been tried and remain true. Thank you.